person's not coming. If you want a chair here, this one is too. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. There's one more chair here if anybody wants it.
There's chairs right. I mean, I think there's chairs. I think it's Why is she getting chairs? Well, we have 3 chairs. That's good, Crystal.
Okay.
Good evening. Welcome to the Sheboygan Area Schools Board of Education meeting, September. Boy, time flies, you know? November 24th, 2025.
Roll call.
Julie Lovila,
Here.
Tim Tarja,
Here.
Deborah Bilner,
Here.
Luke Kukowski,
Here.
Travis Neville,
Here.
Richard Peeler,
Here. Luke? Oh, Matt Malarchuk. He's not here. He's absent. Did we call Luke? Did we call your name?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's covered.
Thanks. So Matt's not.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before I dive into our agenda, I'd like to remind everyone about our public comment process. If you wish to address the board, we ask that a public participation form is filled out before we get started. That's our district policy. When it is your turn, I will call you up by the sheets. So if you have a sheet that needs to be turned in, if you could get it right in that corner pile anytime throughout this meeting, but it's supposed to be in the beginning, but it's just put it right over there. Okay, so the first thing on our agenda is the best part of our agenda, and that is the student recognition.
Marty.
Ben is, oh, Rick's going to do all of them.
Rick's gonna go first?
Okay. He's going to do his first.
Yeah, we're going to do Inverness first.
Okay, switching it up.
Yeah,
All right. Okay.
All right. Hello, my name is Mick Kangas. I'm the social studies teacher here at Inverness Academy. And we do our student spotlight. We like to call it spotlight because we like to focus on students who are not just succeeding academically, but are also succeeding in all of life's challenges. So we have 2 students, so we're going to do our in-person student first. And this month we are recognizing Gavin LaChapelle. Come on up, Gavin. Gavin is a new student. Gavin's a new student to our school this semester. He came to us from the high school, and I believe you're planning on going back after this quarter, correct? Yes. So Gavin came to us to get his caught up on his credits, and he's been doing a great job passing his classes and overall being a good, positive force in the classroom. I've had Gavin in a couple of classes. And overall, it's been a very positive experience, and it adds a lot to the learning environment. So congratulations, Gavin, here you go. Our next student is a student from our virtual academy. For those who do not know, we both have in-person students who we see in the building every day, but we also have a lot of virtual students who we communicate with email and who complete school on our Momentum program. And this month, our virtual student is Novea Ritchie. Here, stand here. Novea is also new to our program this year, and she's been working really hard with us and has been communicating every week and has been very respectful and been very good about getting her work done. I know that Novea joined us so that she could be able to focus better in achieving her goals, which seems like has been going very well for you. Novea also plans to be a kindergarten teacher after after school, and her favorite subject is also English. All right, well, thank you, Novea. Thank you.
All right, good evening, everybody. My name is Marty Mix. I get to represent the high school this evening, and we're going to start first with our 7th grade student, Corey Schultz. Corey here? Not here, but I'm going to read it anyways. During the first marking period in 7th grade, Corey has performed very well in her 7th grade science class. Corey has shown a very good focus and interest in the subjects that we have covered thus far. She takes it upon herself to verify that her work is completed as required, is inquisitive of the subjects that are unfamiliar to her, and she has shown her trustworthiness in class. It is therefore with high honor that we present Corey Schultz, 7th grader, a very good standing as my choice of student of the month for Mr. Gregory Erno. Next we have Delilah Lozano. Is she here? Delilah was selected by Kaylee Penny. Says, I feel very fortunate to have Delilah in my U.S. history class this year. From the very beginning, she has stood out not only for her strong academic motivation, but also for her genuine kindness she shows to everyone around her. Although she is naturally quiet, her focus and dedication are evident in the quality of her work and thoughtful way that she approaches every assignment. She treats her peers with respect and consistently brings a calm, positive presence to the classroom. Her consistent effort, positive attitude, and unaltered determination are reasons why I chose her for the Student of the Month. So, congratulations. Next we have Duncan Spies. He is a 9th grade Student of the Month chosen by Miss Morse. Duncan has already made a strong impression in Advanced English 9. He not only excels academically, but also leads by example. Leadership comes in many forms, and Duncan embodies it through his actions and his attitude. He is a friend to all and consistently brings a smile to class, even on days when smiling might be a challenge. I admire Duncan's spirit and look forward to watching his journey unfold over the next 4 years. Congratulations, Duncan. Next, we should have Rose Langoff. Is she here? Talk about her anyways. Rose is an exceptional student whose positivity and dedication make her stand out every single day. She approaches every assignment with quiet enthusiasm and consistently goes above and beyond expectations. Rose is not only academically strong, but is also a kind, supportive classmate who lifts up others and contributes to a welcoming classroom environment. Her curiosity, her hard work, and genuine love of learning make her a quiet leader, and she has helped answer questions that I have had about school and what has been done in the past. For all of these reasons, Rose is my clear choice for the Student of the Month, and she was selected by Mr. Zimmerly in the art class. know this next one well. Come on up, Jers. He didn't just get out of practice or he'd be dressed up, so that's all right. Okay. Jersey was also selected by Miss Morse. It says Jersey has emerged as a student leader in the year and a half that he's been with us. He has been a valuable addition to our athletic programs as well as the classroom. Beyond being a great student athlete, Jersey is incredibly kind and helpful. Jersey is always the last one to leave my classroom. Also, it's a good one. Gets me. Often putting up chairs and picking up garbage off the floor. You never need to ask Jersey to do something. He does it, and he does it automatically. Jersey has transitioned schools like a champ, and we're very lucky to claim him as a chief. Congratulations on being named Student of the Month. And last, we have Mr. Wyatt Kaler. Might be the kindest kid walking the hallways of our school system, just to throw that out there.
I tried.
So it said, Dear Wyatt, it has truly been a joy to watch you grow into the fantastic young man that you are today. I am confident that you will accomplish great things in this world, and I am proud that you represent Sheboygan Area High School. Your bright attitude and funny personality always bring joy to the room that you're in. That is from Miss Ring. So congratulations. Congratulations to all of our students of the month. We're going to get you, we'll get a picture of them out in the hallway if we could.
First of all, thank you to all the parents and support. If you have supported the student become Student of the Month, you are certainly a part of this celebration. So I would like you to all stand so we can give you a hand, and then after that, we do need a picture in the hallway. And if parents would like to leave at this time with their student, that's perfectly fine too, unless you want to stay for this wonderful stuff we're going to cover next.
That's one way to clear the room out, huh?
There you go.
But I want to stay for the minutes.
Yeah, right? Don't want to miss the approval. That's some really good stuff there.
Yeah. Hi. Okay, so the next thing on our agenda is approval of the minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes for October 27th, 2025, the regular meeting.
I'll make that motion. I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Travis, second by Luke. Any discussion about this?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Tarja,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Number 2.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
I'm good with
The next thing on the is the board minutes, our board president report, which I do not have anything, and then superintendent's report.
So we have, our audit was recently completed. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Lauren, correct?
Yes, Lauren.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can jump on the big screen, but while we are waiting, we can go ahead and get started. You wanted to share your screen, right?
Yep.
Okay, let me get that set.
Says the host isn't alone sharing his screen, so I have to choose the right information.
See if I can enable that. Okay, you should be good.
Travis, the door has to stay open because it's a meeting room. Sorry. But good thought.
Are you able to see the presentation?
we are working on it.
Okay.
There we go. We're good. It's all yours. And I think you
All
can
right.
see the board here. So Lauren, you work for our auditors, correct? And you guys, just want to give you a quick history. You guys came to the finance committee meeting, right, first, and talked to our 3 board members who are on the finance committee meeting. And we talked in great length. So tonight, it was just going to be a summary, a short power presentation to describe the financial state of our school district in front of all 7 board members, correct?
Yep.
Okay, all yours.
All right, fantastic. Well, like he had mentioned, my name is Lauren Denny. I am a manager at Hungerford, and I work directly on the audit for Sheboygan area schools. And yeah, it's kind of a full circle situation here. I'm from St. Agnes, so played basketball against Sheboygan growing up, and so it's kind of cool to be presenting at board meetings now. All right. So, in the financial statements, you'll find on page 1 is our independent auditor's report. And this report lists out the responsibilities of both parties during the engagement, the basis for our opinion, and then of course our opinion itself. We gave a clean or unmodified opinion again this year. This is the highest level of assurance that we can give that the financial statements you are seeing are free from material misstatement, and that they are also in accordance with accounting principles generally accepted in the United States. Additionally, we'll take a look at internal controls over financial reportings. We did not find any audit findings as it relates to your controls, and there were no material non-compliance with applicable laws and regulations. So congratulations on another great year, another great audit, and we appreciate working with Laura and Deb as well. Here's kind of a quick snippet of the governmental funds balance sheets. This is listed out by the different types of funds, so your general fund, your operating fund, if you will, your special revenue funds, including your food service and student school activity funds, your debt service funds, and then your capital projects funds, including your construction and building and site funds. And then we kind of just narrowed down, focused on your general fund, as this is your operating fund. For the statement of revenues and expenditures and changes in fund balance, we kind of give a 4-year look back. As you can see, each year saw an increase in revenues and expenditures, and now this year we're seeing a decrease in revenues and expenditures. And there's a couple factors that kind of play into that. So there was quite a bit of ESSER funding, which is the COVID funding last year that you still had, and we're still spending down. This year we saw a significant decrease in that. Additionally, there was a decrease, just a smaller decrease in the student or pupil membership counts. So you are receiving less state aid and therefore less expenditures as well. So that kind of contributes as well to that decrease. Here is the revenue by source in the general fund. So largest source is your state sources through your foundation allowance, as well as any restricted state sources for specific programs, making up 54.1%. 35.5% makes up your local sources, and that's your property taxes, any tuition that you would charge for preschool or any types of schools that you have, or if you were to receive any contributions from local support or admissions to any athletic events. Those are where you'll find that. And then inter-district sources make up 5.8%. So if you're providing services to other public schools, you might receive some reimbursement for that, or any pass-through funding from the ISD as well. And then lastly, the 4.7 federal sources. And we did do a single audit this year. We are not going to be providing any information as far as conclusions on that. The federal government did not release the compliance supplement that we are required to test to, so we can't conclude on those results until that supplement comes out. And to date, it is not out yet. The general fund expenditure by function, as you can see, instruction makes up 62.1% and supporting services make up 34.9%. This is pretty typical for a school district. We tend to see anywhere between 50 to 60% for instruction and anywhere between 30 to 40% for supporting services. So you're right within those ranges with the exception of the instruction. Arguably, good thing that's over. Just shows that you are seeking to provide the instructional needs or meet the instructional needs of students in your district. Then here's a general fund balance. This just provides the 5-year trend. As you can see, those increases over the last 4 years, and then you're seeing the decrease that we had this year, bringing the general fund balance to around 8.5 million. And then lastly, we provide the letter to the Board of Education. This is a required communication, regardless of how well the audit went. If there were any issues, we would be listing that out in this letter. We did not have any issues. There were no changes to the planned scope of our audit, and we did not have any disagreements or difficulties during the audit. So you will find that this letter is very boring, very boilerplate language. There was one larger entry that we made for the food commodities that you'll see in that letter. Not a huge concern here, but we do have to report any significant entries that were made. And then lastly, we provide a little bit of information on that general fund ending fund balance. That 8.5 million made up 36% of the 25-26 budgeted expenditures. We suggest anywhere between 10 to 20%, maybe 15 to 20% would be better, but 36% is a great standing to be in as you're heading into 2026. So that just provides stable operating funds and avoids any need for short-term borrowing for any cash flow needs. Are there any questions?
Yeah, Lauren, just want to double check. You said that your recommendation as you guys have been our auditing firm for a while now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're giving us the highest rating available, is that correct?
Yes, we cannot give any higher rating.
And there's no findings?
No findings.
Okie dokie. Any questions?
Have a great evening.
All right.
Thank you.
Before we leave the topic of, thank you, Lauren. Before we leave this topic, can we get the handout I gave you? This is actually, for those that are here too, for public knowledge, this is our audit. It's 77 pages long. If you're ever looking for something to read to put you to sleep, this would be it. But I want to focus in directly on page 21, which I already copied for you guys, but if you want to turn to page 21, that's really where the meat and potatoes are for me. I just want to point out, highlight a couple really extremely positive things about the audit. Just kind of lift those so everybody's aware of them. But our revenues, which was kind of odd, which she just showed us, if you didn't catch that, our revenues decreased this year. And a lot of people go, well, how does that happen? They decreased because of the COVID money, the ESSER money, the Christmas money. All that money is gone. We received $5.3 million over the course of about 3.5 years. That money has now been received and spent and no longer on the books. So that's something that we don't control. We don't control revenue, and revenue has actually gone down from last year to this year. How much did it go down? 23. We estimated that we were going to receive for the last school year, 24-25 school year, we estimated that we were going to receive 23.5 million, and we only received 22.1. That was 1.4 million less than we thought we were going to receive a year ago when we started planning for 24 and 25. So, and that's that was our best guess at the time. If you recall, at the beginning of last school year, there was a lot of debate as to what the amount per pupil was going to be. There were some thoughts that the governor was going to increase it significantly, and she didn't. So I think a lot of budgets got blown out of the water right from the get-go because we guessed wrong on the per pupil amount. They tried to increase that, make up a little bit more for it this year, but they're also doing a little bit of a shell game, taking some money out of some other areas. So it appears that we're getting more per student, but in actuality, when you total everything up, all sources of revenue, it'll probably be about the same. So that's revenues. Any question about revenues? Revenues were less last year than they were the year before that. So hopefully they're going to go up this year, especially with the increased per pupil amount that we're receiving, all schools are receiving throughout the state. Expenses is the one that I want to lift up. Expenses is something that is in our control. And if you take a look at that column that I have circled for you at the bottom, we planned at the beginning of the 24-25 school year, we planned to spend $24.5 million. So we were planning to spend more than we were gonna receive. What I'm happy to report is that we didn't spend 24.5, we only spent 22.6. So there was a difference of 1.9 million, and that has, I have to give a lot of credit to our administrators over there sitting in the corner that are hiding, because we knew at the beginning of last year, we had some ifs, ands, and buts in regards to the revenue side of things, so we wanted to make sure that we erred on the side of caution last year. They did a very good job of keeping their costs to a minimum. That's in our control, and we were able to spend less than what we planned on spending. So at the end of the day, the good thing at the very bottom is that we only had to tap into our surplus about $400,000 at the end of this last year. So at the end of 2 years ago, at the start of the 24-25 school year, we had $8.9 million in our surplus, in our fund balance, in our general fund balance, which is great. As she just mentioned, that's 36%. So what that means is we could go almost a third of a school year without any new money and be able to pay all of our bills, right? 36%, that we could easily get through a third of our school year this year without having any new money, which is great. But I also want you to, hopefully you caught that when she picked up, what should we have? If you have less than 5% surplus, the state comes in. So you want to stay away from less than 5%. The auditors, most auditors, as she did, recommend that we have a surplus of somewhere between 15 and 20%. So we have 36%. So that's very good. I know years past, and there's some veterans in here who can talk about that, 10, 15, 20 years ago, that wasn't the case in Sheboygan, right? There were years, I think, Julie, you remember some of those years, where you had to go to the bank to borrow to make payroll, okay? Those were some lean years, and people were getting laid off, and there were a lot of cuts going on. We're far from that. We're in a very good financial state, and right now we have $8.5 million in the bank, which is a good thing, and the future is bright financially. Any questions about the audit? Any questions about where we are financially? Okay, thank you. Now we're going to quickly move on to another Zoom meeting, if I can do this, work this magic, technology magic. The next Zoom meeting that we're going to zoom in with is Site Logic, hopefully. We'll be meeting with Becky, I think, again. Becky's going to talk about the bids that just we received last week. And she'll be able to answer some of your questions, because I'm sure you're going to have some. And we actually have motions for approval tonight to approve Package 7 and Package 2. For the elementary school. And then we also have, we're recommending that we approve the controls for Inverness as well. And there they are. There's Jake. Can you hear me, Jake?
Yes, can hear you.
Hi. And Becky, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good. There's our school board. Can you see them? Almost of them, a couple of them. There's
Yes.
the important,
Good evening.
there's the important ones.
That's the important one.
Right. So we're going to be looking at, I was just informing everybody here, we're looking at making some motions for approval for Package 2 and Package 7 for East Elementary, correct?
Right.
And then we're also making a recommendation to approve the controls for Inverness tonight, is that correct? Okay. So let's start there. Can you tell us a little bit about how the bidding process went last Thursday and how you guys ended up getting it, selecting these people to recommend for approval tonight?
Yes, absolutely. So for packages 2 and 7, I will open up the rebid tab. So packages 2 and 7, in the rebid, we have 3 submissions for each of them. Johnson and Wood resubmitted a bid. We had Ballard's did a resubmission, and then Werner put in a submission. They were a new bidder for the mechanical package. Civil, we had Shull, E.F. Wilkinson's and Son, and Tri-County Excavation. Well, Johnson and Wood was the low bid again. They were the low bid in the previous package, and which we just decided to rebid. And in work package 7, E.F. Wilkinson's and Son was previously the low bid. However, today they withdrew their bid due to missed scope that they did not have in their bid and weren't able to guarantee their price for. So Shull Transport is the low bid on that at $398,900. We did interviews on Thursday afternoon and Friday with the contractors and were able to qualify them. And we're looking forward to putting in a recommendation for Johnson and Wood at $1,905,000, and then Shull Transport for $398,900. What that looks like in an overall for the project, when we combine all of our low bids from the previous, bids, is combining with all alternates accepted, we come in at $8,497,749. We're suggesting a 5% construction contingency. This is something you guys own, but we do want to hold on to it just for any unknowns. It's an old building and we get into demolition. We want to make sure that we're covering ourselves. That amount equals to $424,887. We have pre-purchased equipment with this for all the VAVs and RTUs. That's $589,980. Furniture and signage allowance of $140,000. Asbestos for $30,600. That one might shift a little bit based on how the final numbers come out for the demolition of that. That is something that has to go up for bid, so this is currently where our asbestos number comes in at. It's been coming in lower than anticipated, so feeling positive about that. We hold allowance for special inspections that happens throughout the construction process, so this is for, we have to test the soils again, steel, things like that. We're holding $20,000, and then we have some miscellaneous other items for some of our preliminary reports for $27,983. That creates a subtotal for the project of $9,731,199. Our build budget for the project was $9,886,500, and that gives us a delta of $155,301.
Can you go back to package number 2, please, real quick? Can you scroll up?
Absolutely.
So Johnson and Wood, who was the low bid on the previous bidding process, was again the low bid on the second time that we did it, correct?
Correct.
And they've been awarded the bid after you interviewed them?
Well, it won't be awarded until you guys approve it.
I mean, but
That is our
you've checked, they have the scope covered, right?
They do have the scope covered, correct.
And then package 7, you said one of them didn't have all of the information that they needed to cover, is that correct?
Correct. E.F. Wilkinson's and Son, they withdrew their bid today.
Okay, because they did not have all of the scope of the project within their bid, and once they realized that, they withdrew?
Correct.
Okay. So now it's gonna, you're recommending to the board to go with, is it Shull Transport?
Shull Transport, that is his name.
Okay. All right, so that would conclude all of the packages for East Elementary. And then, if approved by the board tonight, the next thing that we would need to do is start talking about a groundbreaking in the spring, and then also start creating a construction timeline, correct?
Correct.
Do you guys have any questions about these package 2 and 7? Did you have anything else to share, Becky? About that-
If you
about
want to
this?
look at Inverness again.
Yeah,
so
can we
that's
take a look at
pretty
the,
straightforward.
can we take a look at the controls, because that's what we're pushing forward, lifting up tonight, correct?
Yep, so that, to the bid tab for that. We have only one submission for the Inverness controls package, $201,810.
And we'd like to get that approved so that we can get that work started. Those controls need to be replaced, correct?
Correct.
The other bids have been tabled because they are over the budget amount. And we have some ideas of how we might be able to get it back under budget. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I think we're gonna wanna look at that scope.
Okay. But for sure, we need to approve the controls tonight because they need to be replaced. I know Chris is tired of being cold in her office all winter long. Is that correct?
Correct, and if we do this controls work, it doesn't overly affect the work for the restrooms that we were planning. So it's gonna make the building better and help Chris out in her office and the students so that everything can be more uniform.
Great. So that's the 3 packages, 2 for East, 1 for Inverness that we're pushing forward for the board to consider and to approve this evening.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us tonight?
Not tonight.
Is there any questions for Becky and for Jake?
Yeah, what was the budget on controls?
That's a great question. Do you have the budgeted amount that we had earmarked for controls? Was it more or less for Inverness?
We had an all over, I don't have it pulled out just for the controls work, but we had a build budget of $320,000 for Inverness.
Yep. And the controls themselves are how much?
201.
And there were several bids on that, and that was the only one that came in under, is that what you're saying?
No, that's.
We only had one
Oh,
bid
only
on
one, okay.
it.
So
Aaron
this,
Energy, Greg Salisbury currently works on the controls throughout your school. So he has pretty good knowledge of what your district wants, and he was the only one to put in a submission for that. So I think it's safe to say that he probably knows what's going on in that building and what it needs.
any other questions?
Interesting to see what kind of shower room we can get for $160,000.
I bet should be a nice one, Rich. We had a couple other ideas that we talked about in the finance committee about prevailing wage and some other stuff, taking a look at the scope and sequence. So, but I do think, and that's up for the board to discuss. If we don't, one of the things, correct me if I'm wrong, Becky, but if we don't approve the control, these are expiring soon, correct? These bids?
Correct. They're gonna want their bid bonds back. Jake, you might want to elaborate more.
Yeah, excuse me. It depends, it really depends how hungry the contractor is for the work, you know. By bid and bid for a contract, they typically hold them for 30 days. However, if they have leeway if they want to hold it longer, if they're anticipating the work. So seeing that it's a local contractor that you're familiar with there, they may have more time, but typically it's about 30 days for bid submission.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Did you guys have any other questions? All right, well, thank you guys for zooming in with us tonight. I appreciate the information, it was very helpful.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good night. Thank you.
You too, thank you.
Okay, so is there any more discussion about the bid number? Bid number 2. Okay, so I'm looking for a motion to approve the East Elementary Work Package number 2, mechanical and plumbing, submitted by Johnson and Wood in the amount of $1,989,500. And if you would like to put the other names and the amounts in there, that is just a
Boilerplate.
that is just a, there's no paper recommended, but it is just a suggestion, we are not obligated to do what they recommend.
I'll make a motion to approve East Elementary's work package number 2.
Support.
Motion made by Tim, support by Travis. Any further discussion? Crystal?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Tardif,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHayla.
Yes. Motion passes. Now we're looking at bid number 7. Any questions about, or discussion about bid number 7? Okay, so I need a motion to approve East Elementary Work Package number 7, Civil, submitted by Shell Transport in the amount of $400,900.
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Motion made by Travis, support by Tim. Any discussion? Crystal?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Tardif,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHayla.
Yes. Okay, we are looking at the approval of Inverness Academy renovations, work package number 4, control bids. Any discussion about that bid? Okay, I'm looking for a motion to approve Inverness Academy renovations, work package number 4, temperature controls bid submitted by Air and Energy in the amount of $201,810.
I'll make the motion to approve the Inverness Academy work package number 4.
Support.
Is that you, Travis?
Yes.
Support by Travis. Moved by Tim, support by Travis. Discussion? Crystal?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Tardif,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHayla.
Yes. Okay. Next thing on our agenda is the curriculum committee update. We had a meeting on November 18th. And the first thing we talked about, Julie Demuse, who is our truancy officer, came in and she highlighted the attendance by building. Chris celebrated 7 perfect attendances with certificates and an ice cream party. Marty and Ben foster a warm welcome daily by greeting students every morning as they arrive. These are like Tier 1 MTSS interventions. East celebrates attendance monthly at an assembly where students are noticed and treat bags are awarded. 26 students were earned honors. CIS then offers a morning welcome accompanied by, that's not Ben, right? No. It says Ben. It is Ben, yes, Ben. Ben offers a morning welcome accompanied by music. Music requests are accepted, and dance parties accepted as incentives. Tier 2, where MTSS, the district has implemented targeted communication letters at 5 days. And Tier 3, 15 days, students are referred to Julie Demuse to create an individualized attendance plan. She discusses what is inhibiting or barriers to attend and works with the family to find solutions and improve. Reviewed numbers compared to last year at this time, absences are similar. Chronic issues are discussed with resources always being offered to families, but many refuse. NFIS program is court ordered, but it must get to that point. Logging has been very advantageous this year, and principals all feel that things are the same or a little better than last year's. Marty says the letters are having an impact. Next thing we talked about was special education, the 504 update. Current numbers are 184 compared to 186 last year, with 3 students being added this month. We are down to 3 reads in elementary school. Amy Rubricker is doing a diabetic seizure EpiPen training at the following times. Stringham at East on November 25th at 3:30, CIS December 10th at 3:15, and CHS and Inverness at 3:15 on December 3rd. MTS building updates, they're using the Savers, and they're completing this at CIS. And screening is complete to K6. SST meetings continue to focus on behavioral and academic support for students who need additional support. Continuing to work through Power Hour implementation district-wide. Jessica attended an MTSS workshop and reported that other districts do interventions in a standardized way. MTSS implementation proves to be difficult due to the lack of a K-12 system, so we are working on making our MTSS systematic. Teachers are developing common formative assessments, and Jessica will continue to attend building SST meetings when notified. Then we had a roundtable. Jessica discussed MobiMax purchase to be used for interventions, developing a resource list to ensure consistent use across grade levels and continuity between grade levels when appropriate. The assessment calendar is being created with the hopes of streamlining the process and reducing the collection of duplicate data. And WEA was discussed. Jessica can help with pulling reports and going over data. Spencer at the roundtable distributed an AI policy, reviewed current enrollment. The audit went well. 31 AA grant information was revised. At that point, we tabled it until next month. February 4th, PD will focus on curriculum with special education staff attending para-educator boot camp. And Molly and Rebecca visited last week. The observations in the building. Next visit is December 10th or 11th. And our meeting adjourned with our next meeting being on December 9th. 2:45. Any questions? So, the next thing on the agenda is the acceptance of a retirement. Pete Maybanks, who's been in our district for many, many, many years. I don't know how long, but it's been a long time. Longer than I was there, and I've been retired for 6 years. So it's a long time. And he is going to retire. So I need a motion to accept with regrets the retirement of Pete Maybank, high school culinary arts teacher, effective June 5th, 2026. Marty, do you want to say something?
Yeah, Pete's just been an amazing addition to the community here in a number of different aspects. He's coached, he's done the culinary program. Ben and I have only had the honor to work with him for 2 years, but he's going to be missed. He really will be. But he's really excited to be able to catch these last couple of years of PJ's and Kate's college careers as well, be able to see all their meets and whatnot. So we wish him the very best.
Okay, so I need that motion.
I'll make it.
Motion made by Luke, supported by Deb. Any discussion, except for we congratulate him and thank him for his service, and he will be missed. Crystal?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Gilon,
Yes.
Tim Tardiff,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHila,
Yes. Okay, next on our agenda is Finance and Building and Grounds Committee by Rich.
We had a meeting on November 18th, 10 a.m. here. I'm not gonna go through the audit thing again. We went through it pretty extensively, but they did compliment the finance group here, especially Laura and the work and everything she's done. One thing I do want to make a note of is our fund balance dropped, like Spencer has mentioned. Our fund balance dropped by about 400-some thousand. But the percentage went up because the revenues went down. So I don't like them saying, well, you're at 36%. Well, at the end of last year, we're down to 30%. The only reason it went up, even though we spent some down, is because the denominator went down even more. So I don't like percentages, just thought I'd let you know. Then Steve Fleming gave us a presentation on the bus routes that he's doing and keeping most of them under 40 minutes. The number of students riding the bus seems to have leveled off. We have 12 drivers, some which are dual position people doing some custodian work and stuff as well. Same with mechanics. Some of our bus routes we've been able to combine and reduce. That's helped. But the biggest issue is, and I've got this spreadsheet here, is the number of buses we have from 2016. So we're looking at 10-year-old buses, and his condition he has listed here is fair. There's one good one from 2017, then there's a couple more fair ones from 2017. Pretty much all the ones from 2020 to now are in excellent or good shape. The issue is in 2020 we bought 5 or 6 buses at once at about $150,000 each. So that's not a good thing to do. So he is proposing buying about 2 buses per year versus 6 at once. We ordered 2 last December, and he received them in August of this year. So it's a long process to get these buses. So he's working on a schedule to where we don't get hit with a huge bill anymore. We just slowly get rid of the older buses. We did do the meeting with Site Logic at the time about bids. The bids were opened up last Thursday. The track work has been paused for the winter. There is asphalt down. The second one will be added in the spring. I'm not sure who brought it up. I think Marty Mix brought up that for practices we only need 2 lanes painted, not all 8 or 10. And the concrete company damaged the long jump pit, so they will be responsible for those repairs as well. Meeting minutes. We talked about a gym elevator at the high school, and exterior installation would be very costly. We're looking at a simpler one in the inside of the building, and actually someone brought up on the northwest corner of the gymnasium stairwell that's never used, possibly eliminating those stairs and putting the elevator in there. So it's all to be ADA compliant. High school bathroom renovation near the offices, and we also talked about that. They threw up some models which none of us liked, so we shot it down. They're going to come back to us with a different setup and kind of what we need to do to meet with the ADA as far as getting that done. And then the athletic committee brought forth to us that the intermediate school bleachers should be replaced. There are really some safety concerns there and everything, so we're looking at getting the intermediate school bleachers quoted out and replaced. And then our meeting ended. Our next one, I believe, is on December 11th, I believe, at 10 a.m. here. And that's all I have.
Any questions for Rich? So the next thing on our agenda is the board policy or update. Oh, we do have to pay the bills, darn it. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Okay. I need a motion to acknowledge the payment of the regular and bond invoices in the amount of $230,164.44.
I'll make that motion.
Thanks, Rich.
Yeah. Support.
Support by Travis. Any questions? Okay, Kristen.
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Target,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie Lohila.
Yes. Now we have that board update.
All right. Policy met also last Tuesday. And in your packet, behind all of the financials, we have put together a first reading for board operating procedures. And we've been looking at what the existing procedures were or have been standing. And after Julie and I attended the conference in Traverse City, we had some samples to choose from. So we kind of blended two schools, what they already had instead of reinventing the wheel. And we feel that we've put in one place pretty much everything you need to know when you first start to become a school board member. So there is a code of ethics in there. We really would like to read through the document in this next month. If you have any questions or suggestions before we adopt it next month, contact either Julie or I. We'd be glad to talk through those with you, or if you want to bring it to full board and have a discussion. There are a few things I'd like to point out to you that in the packet where we're actually looking for some input. And they were yellow at one point in time, but when they got copied, they probably aren't yellow anymore. No? And of course, I didn't bring my yellow copy either. One of them is back on page 14, where we have talked multiple times about everyone getting the same communications on important issues. So we took a part of one of the school districts where they actually laid out a green, yellow, and red level of communication for incidences that occur in the district. Just looking for some feedback on that. It doesn't necessarily, we don't have to copy the colors that they used or anything, but it does highlight, well, okay, this is just an FYI that I'm sharing with you, or, oops, something occurred, not an emergency, just need to know, and a third level of communication and the protocol to follow when it's something that we all absolutely need to know. So, one of the other, we've talked multiple times about community or public comment. So we currently have a 5-minute limit. And that was one area we wanted you guys' opinion on. A lot of schools have dropped that to 3 minutes.
I know the state does one minute.
So looking for a little feedback on that. And this would be the document that we all sign and agree to follow as sitting board members. So just wanted to present that to you guys tonight, have you take a look at it before next month. If you have any questions, reach out.
Good work.
I know it's big.
It's a lot of pages.
I had to retype the whole thing, I'm thinking carpal tunnel, you know.
Wow.
It is big, but it has all the information that a board member needs to know. It also would be a good thing to give if we are getting new board members on.
Oh.
To turn into, make an onboarding package with
Good
it.
idea.
And also, even go back a little bit further, I would have liked it if when I put my name in there to run for school board, if I would have got a phone call and said, hey, you want to come in and see what you're getting yourself into? You know, so that it would be, so, I mean, that's another way that we can use it, and also the onboarding is to just prepare people for what's going to happen a little bit, you know, instead of going in blind. Also, it has the procedures in here of how our board meeting should run, and today I had a discussion about moving the student of the month right under the pledge permanently, like we did today, and we did that for, so that way they don't have to wait through that. So I just marked it on here, and if you mark it, you just mark anything, go through it, any changes that you think you need changed, and then we'll just give it to Deb, since she's already got carpal tunnel, she can fix it up for us. So,
It just, I know it's bulky, I know it's 19 pages, but it really did a nice job of putting everything that I've run into, being new to the board, it's all in one place now. I don't have to go oh, open meetings act, where did I put that? 7-pound booklet, you know what I mean? That kind of thing, so. And it does have a great list of what should go in an onboarding packet for a new board member too, so. Anyways,
Thank you, Deborah, for all the work, especially with the policy updates that you've done. Our policy book is all updated.
I know, I get the most exciting
Yes, you
stuff to
do.
do.
Mhm.
Okay. Any questions about that? Okay, so next we got Travis with an athletic committee update.
All right, facilities updates are progressing very well. The athletic bus has been painted and is curing. Do we have an appointment for the,
Yes, I'm taking it next Monday.
really? It's coming up quick. Baseball and softball fields drainage issues are fixed. Tennis courts are finished. Landscaping is planned for spring. And that's a big one, because the tennis courts look pretty rough. Upcoming events include, we're gonna dedicate the basketball court to Scott Hancock, been coaching for 50 years. That's gonna be on December 9th. You guys should all go to that. New wrestling mats are in, they look great. We went and saw them, they're over in the gym right here. Let's see, cheerleading mats are, we need those, we don't have them, so we're looking at ways to help them out with that until we can order some, uniforms as well. Good to have the cheerleaders again. Old wrestling mats will be moved temporarily to the cheerleaders to use while Jason researches new options. Girls track remains without a head coach or assistant. Girls, we talked about maybe restructuring this into one program, having a head coach and a bunch of assistants for boys and girls. That's a way that we could kind of get by until we could identify 2 head coaches, which is really the outcome that we want. Bill Nesbitt is going to be our winter weight room supervisor, which is an extremely important position. Got to have that new weight room open for kids to work out after school, unless you work out in the morning at other places. Let's see, cheerleading is growing with 10 athletes and interest in expanding to 7th and 8th grade next year, which should also be great. We encouraged our current cheerleading coach to bring those girls into practices, involve them in any ways that they can, just for exposure and recruiting. On the administrative side, the district plans to roll out digital ticketing next year to streamline operations. Bigger districts do that. It's very efficient, works really well. So hopefully we can get that going. Jason reported a positive experience taking 20 students to the MHSA Leadership Sportsmanship Conference. That was in Traverse City, I think. Really interested in that. It seems like it went pretty well. Work continues on the athletic director position. We're trying to create a good, solid job description that fits our current needs. Jason's been there for quite a while and done a great job, but times change and the district changes, so we're going to see what we can do there to make the new one more appropriate for what we're doing. Finally, the committee discussed the issue of administrators coaching. Kind of went back and forth on it, but while no current policy exists, pretty much everybody around here allows that, administrators to coach. And really, we're a smaller district. It'd be a shame to shun quality talent as a coach just because they're an administrator or vice versa. So we're probably going to make that happen. Our current coaching vacancies include JV baseball, girls track head coach, and girls track assistant coach. And I just found this out today. I guess with volleyball, there was somebody dropped the ball and our athletes did not get recognized or nominated for all, I think it's all region. And,
Yeah, regions. Marty, can you give us an update on that? You probably know it best. We just learned, you told me about it today. There was a volleyball situation that we're dealing with apparently.
Yeah, kind of an unfortunate one. With a form that doesn't get turned in at the appropriate time, it can end up costing opportunities for kids to be able to make postseason teams. You know, all conference works much differently than your all-region does, and if you're not on the all-region team, you have 0 chance to make all-state. Some sports are a little bit different. Take like your tracks, cross countries, wrestling, golf. That's all based on the performance at the state championships. Other sports are specifically to the committees that make up the entity of the sport. In this case, it's MIVCA for volleyball. You know, basketball is a little bit different because you have your coach association, but you also have the Associated Press and Free Press. There's multiple things for basketball. There's multiple things for football too. But for a sport like volleyball, it's specifically up to if you don't make the all-region team, you have 0 chance at making the all-state team. They're directly linked and sequential in order to be able to make that all-state team that way.
We assure you that won't happen again. we are gonna look into it, figure out where the ball got dropped and figure that out. We did also verify, Marty, you can say yes or no on this, it's not gonna affect anyone's scholarships, those are always in place before their senior seasons happen.
Well, I think it'd be unfair to say that it would impact the scholarship, because that's all gonna come down to the committee outside of the activity of that sport. Realistically, if you're a student athlete that's gonna play collegiately at that level, they're not worried about that accolade, they're gonna have you long before
It's
that.
gonna happen the year before.
Only thing where it could come through would be something in like, that's academically based, where you're using that as some of your resources that you've had for accolades in your career to boost that portion of the scholarship program.
Likewise, college applications are generally happening before now.
Yep.
Right,
Many of which October is the hot month for those.
right. Hopefully, didn't affect it again. Anyway, we'll figure it out, won't happen again.
So, you mentioned there's different, like, at least I got a part for volleyball, you have to be on all region to be on all state, but then you're saying football and basketball are different?
Individual sports
Every
are.
sport is different.
Yeah.
Yep.
So all
I
different.
shouldn't say every sport, individualized sports, those are all pretty much in unison, like your tracks, your wrestlings, your cross countries, stuff like that, but, to make, the coaches association, which would be your baseball, it'd be your softball, it'd be your soccer, it would be your volleyball. There are a number of different sports that are specific to that specific sports coaches association. That's the only way that making all state can happen. In a case like this with all region, they have until the Monday of districts to be able to get your stuff into that. And if it's not turned in, there are no second chances. You have a deadline, and if the deadline's not met, regardless if the association knows or not, sometimes it becomes, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. We see that maybe a team like Sheboygan's not in there, that we know other teams, if they're friendships that are going, and not saying that that's what happened here, but it's very obvious that, it probably should have been noticed that the best team in the region had zero representation, unfortunately, and unanimous top quality players were left out.
So who does who ultimately runs this?
Well, there's a regional rep that would run that meeting, but ultimately you would have all the coaches have a Google form that they have to fill out.
No, but I mean, in Sheboygan,
For us.
who's responsible
Head
to?
coach.
Your head coach.
So you have like 10 different head coaches, and they all have to,
Well, yeah, you're spot on, then they all have to submit their, all regional form, it's now done with a Google sheet. Two short years ago, nothing was sent in ahead of time, you show up to the all regional meeting, and you brought your stuff, well, obviously technology is starting to take place of that, so a lot of the, basically a lot of the conversation's already eliminated before the meeting even happens by submitting that Google form.
is this gonna be a responsibility for the new AD? To handle, ultimately, he's in charge of all of it, right?
And so that will be like a procedure that he will follow, it will be one of his duties to do that.
I'd say
Watch
use
the
one other
timelines
word,
for all the
it
different
should be a
sports.
procedural and a safeguard to make sure it's not met, or not missed.
Is there any recognition we can do at our level, it just?
I mean, I'll be honest with you, the kids, they had their night the other night, and it was a beautiful night for them until they found out about the regional selections. They were heavily accoladed for a number of different things that they accomplished throughout the season, but fortunately, the big dog is the one that's left out,
There's not an appeal or any process like that?
Absolutely none, made a call to state on it already, and if it's not done through the all regional spot, unfortunately, it becomes a formality at that point. If it's not done there, then there's no chance for advancement.
And the person that was in charge of collecting the data was the volleyball coach for Petoskey, is that correct?
She is out of Petoskey, I don't know if she coaches there, but she is out of Petoskey, yep.
That's it for athletics.
Any more, any questions for Travis? Julie. Okay, so, there's a motion on here for athletics about the, administrators being able to coach. We did have discussion in it, I think in every committee meeting. We are right now unable to have some, coaches for some, because we can't find them
girls track does not have a coach, right? Is that correct right now? You can't find a coach for-
3 track positions, and that's JV softball, not baseball, that we're still looking for.
Okay.
For the fall, we're full for winter, we're still looking for, I think, 3 or 4 fall coaching positions.
So we wanna make sure we have
Spring,
those
excuse me,
opportunities, and, if our administrators are willing, then that would be a way that we could keep those sports going. So, I need a motion to approve allowing district administrators to be able to coach on a case-by-case basis.
I will make that motion.
I'll support.
Motion made by Travis, support by Luke.
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Targis,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHila.
Yes. Okay, next we have an approval of an overnight field trip. I have all the paperwork that we need. It was put on by Mrs. Kane and Mrs. Morse. What is that, Morse? How do you say that? Morse. Anyway, they are going, it's a MASC, States. It's a leadership conference for the students. They have all their, a sample of their permission slip, everything's in order. So I need a motion to approve the overnight field trip request for student council on February 21st to the 23rd to Grand Rapids, MASC, States Leadership Conference.
I'll make that motion.
Support by Travis.
Thank you, Travis. All I hear is men's voices down
Yeah.
there. All right, Crystal?
Luke Kukowski,
Yep.
Richard Pilon,
Yes.
Tim Targis,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie LaHila.
Yes.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
Well, no, it's over a weekend.
It's over.
Does that require us
Yes,
to give
because we
approval?
still- yes.
Still does?
Yes.
Okay, even though it's on a weekend?
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Okay.
The next thing on our agenda is, public comment, and just want to, I lost it. Just say it, that's all right. I just wanna, remind people that, the board will listen, we hear you, we will not respond at this time, but we will get you to the right place. It's part of the reason for the paper, so that we can make sure that that paper gets, that you get taken care of. So I have, Melina Wright.
Yeah, that's me. Okay. Sorry, I had to bring the kid.
That's all right, I'm gonna cue you right on up to that podium.
I have to go to that, okay. I have some stuff for you guys. I'll just give you the stack there, you can pass, you can look at it and pass it on. My name's Melina Wright. I am, I feel like list my
You need to
address.
state your address, yes.
I live at 3129 Duncan Bay Drive, Sheboygan. And I am actually I'm a mom of 3 little boys, my oldest being in kindergarten at Eastside Elementary. And tomorrow is his birthday, he will be 6. And I'm here, I only have a couple minutes, got my timer, but
I got you.
I am just a concerned mom because of what is fed at all of the kids at breakfast. My son this morning had a cereal bar and a juice, and that alone is about, the cereal bar it's on there, it's 20 grams of sugar, I believe, in just that cereal bar. The American Academy of Pediatrics daily value recommendation is 25 grams of sugar. So, and then he had a juice. So he's already exceeded his daily value of sugar in that one sitting. I don't know how much protein there is, probably like a gram or 2. Like that, if you guys know any of thing about blood sugar levels, that will skyrocket your blood sugar, which will lead to all kinds of behavioral issues. Of course, that also sets you up for a path if you do this over and over and over again. to diseases, heart disease, tooth decay, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, liver disease, fatty liver disease, and of course obesity. And all of these children at our school, all these precious innocent little children, are being taught that it's okay to eat that much sugar for breakfast. And I mean, I've had my own health journey of like learning and getting better, and I just want to make this aware, make everybody aware of that. I don't have any problems really with the lunch menu. The lunch menu looks good. I just don't understand the breakfast menu. It is highly processed, carbohydrates and sugar. And I have, I've printed out examples of what is being served. I teach my son what to eat and what not to eat, and he's 5, he loves sugar, so he eats it, He said they used to serve Chex, but he hasn't seen plain Chex in a long time. He says there's not really, I don't know if it's true or not, but he says he doesn't see fresh fruit. I think he said he does see like the little fruit cups there, but a juice box of fruit juice is not actually very healthy. It might have a little bit of vitamins in it, but it's just sugar and there's no fiber. Kids need a lot of fiber too in their diet. That also helps with counteracting the sugar, so you don't get heart disease and all that. So I have another friend who couldn't be here, but she hopefully be here next time, and I don't know. Oh, I have on there a menu for the prisoners, a menu from the National Federal Bureau of Prisons. They eat much better than our children. They eat grits, oatmeal, bran flakes. Like, why can't we just do plain cereal? I mean, even actually the cereal options seem much better than the muffin, which was 32 grams of sugar. And often my son gets that for lunch. 32 grams of sugar for a person this big. That's kind of insane if you ask me. I'm sure there's wonderful people working there in the kitchen. I am grateful for them to be there, and but I don't know why that's being served as well. I hope for healthier options, and honestly, I will probably be holding my son back from breakfast and not bring him to school until after breakfast is served, because then I have more time to feed him at home. I think that's all I have to say.
Well, we appreciate you coming and making the board aware of things that are happening anywhere. We encourage parents to do that. I will make sure that this gets to John, our John, right?
Yes, John,
John,
food
our
service.
food service manager.
Okay, yeah, I printed off a lot of the
Yep,
prisoner
yep.
menu, so
Yep, I will-
you can take those home and look at that.
Well, I will give him all those stuff.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, next we have, President, Chamberlain.
I live at 2020 West US 23 Highway. Hi, I'm Presley Chamberlain, and I'm speaking on behalf of all of Sheboygan student athletes. I am speaking up not just as a student at Sheboygan High School, but as a student athlete who has devoted years of effort, sacrifice, and pride to represent Sheboygan. It's not easy to come up here in front of everyone, and I never thought I would have to do this to stand up for myself. My concern comes from a place of deep frustration, disappointment, and heartbreak. Following the volleyball banquet last Thursday, the Sheboygan varsity volleyball team and I were told devastating news. Although 5 players earned all-conference recognition, we all looked at each other with confusion when there were no awards regarding all-state or all-region awards. 2 of us girls had earned all-region last year, so who knows what we could have earned this year. Unfortunately, we will never know. Our head coach had told us that none of our names were submitted to be considered for all-region or all-state honors. She informed us that it was due to lack of communication between the MIDFA team that handles the submission of those honors. I'm not up here to put the blame on anyone, but the Sheboygan Athletic Department needs to be held accountable for this outcome so that it doesn't happen a 3rd time. Put your feet not only in my shoes, but the shoes of all the other hard-working Sheboygan athletes. Think about this happening to your own son or daughter. Imagine what it feels like to spend years working towards something Something you dreamed about since your first game and then have it taken away because of administrative oversight. Not once, but twice to myself. As a senior during my final season of volleyball, I believe that I and my teammates should have had the chance to earn at least all region, since a couple of us earned it last volleyball season and have only gotten better since. But most importantly, we had a great chance to be recognized as an all-state athlete for the first time for any of us. That honor was not handed to us. We pushed for it. We earned it through hard practices, long tournaments, injuries, and countless hours of determination when no one else was watching. It didn't matter the sport. We fought to be the best we could be because we believed that excellence mattered here. We believed our school supported its athletes. The first time my chance for all-state recognition was taken from me following my sophomore softball season, I tried to move past it. I was told mistakes happened, that it was unfortunate but not intentional. I was told it wouldn't happen again. So I believed them and had hope for the best for the next 2 critical years of my high school athletic careers. And then it did. This year, my senior year, the same mistake was made again by the Sheboygan Area High School's athletic department. The same recognition our athletes spent years working toward was lost again through no fault of our own. And now, instead of feeling proud of everything we've accomplished, we feel invisible to a program we gave our everything to. We're asking you, as members of the school board, to consider how devastating this is for our student athletes who trusted that their school would support them. This isn't simply about a title on paper. This is about opportunities, scholarships, deserved recognition, and the sense of closure that should come at the end of a long, dedicated athletic career. It is about being honored for the work we put in, work that we can never go back and redo. We only get one senior year. To have this happen twice, that I know of, sends a painful message, not just to me and the volleyball team, but to every athlete who has been affected too, and those who will come after us. It says that even if you give everything you have, your achievements can be overlooked or dismissed. It says that the system is not reliable. It says that our hard work is not a priority. You have the power to change that message. We are asking the school board to investigate how this happened, not once, but 2 separate times, and to hold the athletic department accountable for the mistakes that have affected us and could easily affect others. We don't want to put the blame on anyone. We want to change in how these procedures are taken care of. We are asking you to take steps to ensure that no future athlete has to experience the disappointment and pain that we have endured. We are seniors. This was our last chance for recognition in our volleyball career, and we deserve better. We hope that you will take our experience seriously and use it as an opportunity to fix a system that has failed us. Please do better for the future Sheboygan athletes who trust this school with their dreams. Thank you for listening.
Presley, I just want to say to you that you are very poised and a very good speaker, first of all.
Thank you.
But secondly, I know you've heard it before, it happened before, but we will take care of this. And I will get this to the athletic director, Mr. Mix, and Spencer, and they will, that is all, it will be taken care of. There will be guidelines and procedures that are in place.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. So next we have Nikki Chamberlain.
My address is 2020 West US 23 Highway, Chicago, Michigan. My glasses. A lot of this has already been touched on, but I know I'm getting time, so I'll get through this. My name is Nikki Chamberlain, and I am the parent of Presley Chamberlain. I'm normally not one to do this sort of thing, but I thought if my daughter had enough courage to come up here and speak her mind, then I should support her as well. I've been a parent of a high school student athlete for 8 years now. I've witnessed a lot of greatness within our school and have always taken pride in our Chiefs community. I've also witnessed repeated mistakes that don't seem to be taken seriously, and that's very disheartening. Here are some questions that us parents here tonight have regarding the concerns that Presley spoke about. We understand that this may not be something the board addresses specifically, but would like you to all be aware. Whose job is it to inform MIVCA, the Michigan Interscholastic Volleyball Coaches Association, of the change in the head varsity coach and provide new contact information? Emails were going to the previous coach and things were supposedly miscommunicated. Whose job is it to make sure deadlines are met for submissions to MIVCA or any other sports association for other sports? Whose job is it to make sure that our head varsity coaches, especially during their first season, have all the tools they need and are able and capable of following through with completing all processes? Perhaps there should be some sort of orientation or training for new head varsity coaches. Or like you mentioned earlier, onboarding tools. We ask these questions because all of this was missed. I've been at my job for 20 plus years. I'm expected to know my job inside and out, yet my work is still reviewed by management. It's not that we aren't trusted, it's because we are human, we make mistakes, and the more eyes the better to ensure the work gets done correctly. If it's not, that could negatively impact the lives of the clients that I work with, and I can't go back and fix that. When having this system in place, we are far less likely to make mistakes and far more likely to correct them before the negative impact occurs, such as to our student athletes. Teamwork is a necessity. When mistakes are not caught or resolved, it's easy to point fingers, but it's ultimately a reflection of the entire organization. So I ask this, why is there no accountability in our Sheboygan Athletic Department? Because of the lack of accountability, our student athletes have been robbed of something they have worked so hard for during the past 4 years. And all they get is, I'm sorry. Again, this is unacceptable and something needs to be done. Instead of trying to place blame and constantly saying, the coach should have done that, or we know, that never should have happened, let's actually work on fixing the problem from top down. Please stop the blaming and arguing over whose fault it is and take action. Us parents are really tired of hearing that. Our student athletes deserve much better than this, and Sheboygan schools deserve much better than this. We want our student athletes to respect CHS. Not only is it an honor to represent our school regionally and throughout the state of Michigan, but it's also a reflection of Sheboygan High School athletics. How are they supposed to do that if they aren't even given the chance? Why is this not a priority at our varsity level? Can we please do better? In closing, I would like to thank you all for listening. We would like answers to these questions, if that means holding another meeting or providing written explanation. And at the very least, a face-to-face apology a genuine apology to our varsity volleyball team. We hope this will spark change in our athletic department to work towards a better process for the sake of our student athletes. Thank you.
Thank you. That is all we have for public comment. We will get back to each of you soon. So, I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Tim,
Support. By Lou.
support by Lou.
Vote Kakowski,
Yep.
Richard Pionk,
Yes.
Tim Targis,
Yes.
Deborah Billner,
Yes.
Travis Neville,
Yes.
Julie Lohila,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
You can just assure them that. Especially for Friday, $15.99 plate. Steve, thanks for coming. Something you gotta do. I didn't even know I could see you there in the crowd, but I think we got everything